Hello to all my wonderful students, devout subscribers, and disciples. Welcome. This is your Master Gong Sun. Today we will be continuing with our Civilizing the Barbarian Sutra, the Hua Hu Jing. This is chapter 45. Let's begin. If you correct your mind, your whole life will fall into place. This is because our mind governs every single aspect of our human lives. If the river flows clearly, then everything will be well along its banks. The Tao actually depends on decreasing, not increasing. In order to correct your mind, you have to rely on non-action or not doing, which is otherwise known as Wu Wei. We must not cling to complications. We must keep our mind detached. This way, we will be mentally clear. Try to avoid daydreaming and try to quiet your emotions. Do not worship idols, images, and ideas. This will be like putting on a new head on top of the head you already have. Remember, if you can stop all restless activity, then your integral nature, otherwise known as the Tao, will appear. Well, this much is definitely true. I mean, have you ever had so many thoughts they race through your mind and you become overwhelmed and exhausted after? You ever try that? If so, then you know exactly what this chapter is talking about. Our minds must be detached. We must not overreact. In fact, we shouldn't react at all. We should have no reaction until we decide how to react. Because don't forget that if you react without thinking, that's instinct, right? And that's what animals do, dogs and cats. And the last part is particularly relevant in today's celebrity worshiping society. Don't go worshiping ideas, images, idols, celebrities, all of that. We are all celebrities. We are all esteemed. We are all one and equal in the eyes of the Tao. So here they were talking about, I mean, Lao Tzu here is talking about not worshiping celebrities, and we all know why, right? Because they're just another human being, and like all humans, they are flawed. The only thing worthy of worship is the divine, the Tao. The Tao is not flawed. The Tao is flawless and perfect. In Mandarin Chinese, we call it Tian Yi Wu Feng, and it means this piece of clothing is flawlessly stitched by the heavens. And literally, but figuratively, it means that something is perfect because it's been handled by the Tao, by the heavens. And that's the only thing that is perfect. Yeah, so you can admire the work of an artist like a singer, right? But they are not above you, they are not better than you, they are not superior. They're just different. They found their passion, they found what they're good at, they found their talents. It doesn't mean that they're better, it's just different. We all have that innate talent inside all of us, and we should all be working on finding it. That's the only difference between these celebrities. Some of them are attention seeking and self serving. In fact, most of them are. And that's the reason we've heard of them, is because they've been successful in seeking attention. But there are those of us who prefer, just like Lao Tzu, he said this himself, he prefers not to receive credit or attention. Of course, it's a little paradoxical because in order to teach and spread the Tao, you need to command some attention from your students. But other than that, I mean, you should only, just as myself, like I'm happy with what I have right now. I mean, of course, I want to reach more people, but the point is, I would rather reach one person and affect them deeply and help them see the Tao than reach millions of people, but only allow them to see the Tao superficially. But this is the cross that I bear, to use a Christian term. That this is my burden. I don't really want to be famous or well known, but I do want to spread the Tao. And if I could do it without revealing myself, that would be great. But I think that if you can see me, then it creates more of a personal touch, and that will allow you to, that will incentivize or motivate you to study the Tao more, and that is my ultimate goal. Anyway, just like ideas and images and idols and all that, right? I mean, just like idols, ideas and images should not be. This is, I mean, should not be. You should not be overly attached to images and ideas, and this is why Taoism is not too dogmatic. There isn't too much dogma in it, unlike other religions, right? Because if we find out that we're wrong, we can actually quickly correct it. So in many ways, it is like a science. Anyway, this has been your Master Gong Sun. Think about it. As usual, keep living in alignment with the Tao.